Have you ever had a moment, maybe right before a big presentation or after some frustrating news, where you felt completely overwhelmed?
Oh, yeah. Your heart is racing, you can't focus, and the stress is just, it's a lot.
And then you put on that one song, maybe something calm or maybe something really aggressive, and suddenly you can feel your body physically shift.
That quick, powerful change. That's not a coincidence. It's actually the scientifically proven power of organized sound hitting your nervous system.
And that's the core concept of what we're talking about today, right? Music therapy.
Exactly. We're talking about a formal, evidence-based profession where sound and rhythm are used as, well, precise tools to help people manage anxiety, recover from injuries, even boost memory.
Okay, so let's unpack this. We're going to trace this idea from like ancient philosophy all the way up to modern brain scans.
Yep. Our mission today is to give you the ultimate shortcut, the history, the science of what's happening in your brain, and how it's being used today to tackle real problems.
Problems that are super relevant, like exam stress or even improving your coordination for sports.
And it's important to get this right away. This isn't some new fad. The concept of music as medicine is centuries old.
Right. Like with the ancient Greeks.
The ancient Greeks, for example, they didn't have brain scanners, but they strongly believed that specific melodies and rhythms could, balance the human spirit,
Yeah.
heal the soul.
Which is pretty amazing considering they were just basing that on observation.
Totally. But the switch from philosophy to like a real professional practice, that happened much, much later.
During the World Wars, right?
That's right. The field really started to gain traction then. You had musicians, mostly volunteers,
Look.
going into hospitals to play for veterans.
And these veterans were dealing with intense stuff. Physical wounds, but also trauma.
Exactly. Chronic stress, deep emotional wounds. And the doctors and nurses started to notice something.
What did they see?
They consistently observed that the patients who got this live music seemed to show less stress. They needed less pain medication.
Yeah.
They recovered faster psychologically.
Wow. So that observation was the spark.
It was a foundation. It created a demand to formally study this stuff. So today, music therapy is a serious profession. It requires intense training in both music and psychology.
So these therapists are part of medical teams now, working in hospitals, schools.
Yep. Hospitals, schools, community centers, always targeting specific, measurable goals.
It's amazing how an art form became a hard science, and this is where it gets super interesting for me, the brain science. You said music is like a workout for the brain. What does that actually mean?
It means when you listen to music, you're not just activating one little part of your brain, you are setting off fireworks across almost every single region, all at the same time.
Okay, so break that down for us. What are the main players in this neural orchestra?
So first you have the auditory cortex. That's the part that just processes the raw sound, pitch, volume, that kind of thing.
Okay, the basics.
But instantly, two other parts jump in. The amygdala, that's your emotional processing center. It immediately tags the music. Do I like this? Is this happy? Is this sad?
Ah, so that's why you can hear two notes of a song and immediately feel something. The emotion hits before you even think.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And then there's the rhythm. When you hear a strong beat, your motor system automatically responds.
That's the foot tapping instinct.
That's the foot tapping, the head bobbing, the urge to dance. Your brain is literally designed to sync up with rhythm.
I get the urge to dance, but how does that help with something like memory or organizing your thoughts?
Think of rhythm as a filing system for your brain. It turns chaos into order. These predictable patterns help the brain organize all the information it's taking in. Over time, that improves things like focus and your ability to recall information.
Okay, this is where it gets kind of unbelievable. I read that actively playing an instrument can physically change the brain, specifically the corpus callosum.
Yes, that's one of the most incredible findings. The corpus callosum is this huge bundle of nerve fibers. It's basically the superhighway connecting the left and right halves of your brain.
The logic side and the creative side.
The logic and language side with the creative and spatial reasoning side.
So if playing an instrument makes that highway bigger and faster, what's the actual benefit for, say, a student?
It means better and faster communication between the two sides. That translates to faster processing speed, better problem solving, and just being better at multitasking. It's basically upgrading your brain's hardware.
That's a serious upgrade. And we have to talk about the chemicals. That feeling you get when a great song comes on. That's dopamine, isn't it?
Absolutely. Dopamine is the happiness chemical. It's a reward. When your brain anticipates a cool musical moment, like the chorus dropping, and then it happens, boom, dopamine release.
Which is why music is such a powerful mood changer.
A hugely powerful tool for that.
But hold on. Couldn't someone just eat a piece of chocolate or watch a funny video for a dopamine hit? What makes music therapy different?
Great question. Chocolate is a quick burst, but music engages this whole regulatory loop. It's not just the hit, it's the anticipation, the structure. It taps into memory and rhythm in this controlled way. You're teaching your brain how to self-regulate. It's active, not just passive.
And nothing shows that better than memory. You see people with severe memory loss who can't remember what they had for breakfast.
But they can sing every single word to a song from 50 years ago.
How does that work?
It seems the brain's ability to process rhythm and store musical memory is incredibly resilient. It's one of the last functions to fade. It suggests music carves these super robust pathways in the brain.
So what happens inside a therapy room? What tools are they actually using? It's not just a concert, right?
Not at all. It's a focused workshop. The toolkit is really diverse. Sure, you have acoustic guitars and keyboards, but you also have simple things like drums, shakers, small handbells.
And the choice of instrument is deliberate.
Totally. For example, a therapist might use a big drum with someone who's dealing with a lot of anger or stress. Hitting that drum is a powerful but safe physical outlet for that energy.
A non-destructive way to let it out? What about the smaller instruments?
Things like handbells or triangles are amazing for practicing fine motor skills and coordination. It looks like fun, but you're actually strengthening small muscles and improving the brain's spatial awareness.
And I bet technology plays a huge role now.
Oh, for sure. Digital software, tablets, they're so popular because they let anyone create sound easily, no matter their physical ability.
And the sessions themselves can be one-on-one or in a group?
Right. Group sessions are fantastic for practicing social skills, learning to take turns, to listen, to adapt your rhythm to someone else's.
Teamwork, but with sound.
Exactly. And it can be active playing, singing, or passive, which might just be lying down and listening to the therapist play. It's all about the therapeutic goal.
One of the most powerful techniques I heard about was songwriting.
Songwriting is an incredible exercise. It forces you to take these big, messy emotions, grief, frustration, and organize them into a structure versus a chorus.
So you're building a narrative for your feelings.
You're building a narrative. You get to describe your experience and then hear it played back. It literally gives a voice to people who feel like they don't have one.
Okay, let's talk about where the science hits the pavement, the benefits, starting with physical health. How quickly can music change your body's state?
Immediately. Slow, steady rhythms trigger your body's rest and digest mode. Breathing slows down, heart rate drops, blood pressure can go down. It's a direct counter to chronic stress.
And what about for pain?
For pain, focusing on a really complex or engaging piece of music can act as a distraction for the brain. It genuinely reduces the perception of discomfort.
I was really struck by this technique called rhythmic auditory stimulation, RAS. What is that?
So RAS is used a lot in physical rehab, especially for people learning to walk again. It involves matching their steps to a very specific external musical beat.
Why does an external beat help so much?
Well, if the brain's internal timing system is damaged, maybe from a stroke, movement becomes erratic. The external beat acts like a perfect, reliable clock that the brain's motor system can lock onto.
So you're using rhythm to force the body back into a coordinated pattern.
Exactly. It makes the movements more fluid, more predictable. It's incredibly effective.
That's amazing. Okay, let's switch to mental health. For listeners, eighth graders dealing with all the pressure exams, social stuff, how does this help them specifically?
It's a dedicated release valve. For one, making music in a group builds community, which fights that feeling of isolation. But more importantly, improvising on an instrument lets you express emotions you can't find words for.
So if you're angry, you can play an angry rhythm.
And that sound is honored as valid communication. You don't have to explain it, you just express it.
Let's zoom in on schools.
Okay.
How does this help with actual academics?
By integrating learning into song. Think about learning historical dates or the periodic table through a catchy song. It dramatically improves memory.
And all that movement helps with coordination and, spatial awareness.
Yep. Understanding where your body is in space. Plus, the group music teaches life skills, cooperation, listening, patience. That success in the music room often transfers to other classes. You see grades go up and behavioral problems go down.
And we also see incredible specialized support, right? Especially with kids on the autism spectrum.
We do. Music seems to click with them in a way conversation sometimes can't.
Why is that?
Because music is built on clear, predictable patterns. Normal conversation is messy social cues, tone, eye contact. It can be chaotic. Music has a reliable structure. A verse is followed by a chorus. That's safe.
It offers a rule set in a confusing world.
Exactly. And therapists use that predictability to teach social cues, like taking turns on an instrument. It helps them process overwhelming information in a calmer space.
We can't forget the impact on the elderly either.
For the elderly, especially those with dementia, hearing songs from their youth can trigger these incredibly powerful, happy memories. It provides comfort and a sense of safety.
It grounds them.
It's tremendously grounding. And singing helps voice strength. Playing instruments helps with dexterity. It's huge.
So, given all this, what's the therapist's actual job? They're not trying to turn everyone into a pro musician, are they?
Definitely not. The music is just the tool. The goal is never a perfect performance. The goal is non-musical reducing blood pressure, improving speech, managing stress.
And they don't work in a vacuum.
Never. They're part of a team working side by side with doctors, teachers, physical therapists to build a whole treatment plan.
So what's next? This field is growing fast.
It's exploding. Scientists are using high-res brain imaging to watch in real time how specific notes affect neurons. This is leading to super-personalized, precise treatments.
So the future is even more targeted.
More targeted and more accessible. Digital instruments are allowing people with severe physical disabilities to compose music for the first time. The medical world is really getting it now.
So music is so much more than just background noise. It's a powerful research tool for health, for learning, for regulating your emotions. It affects basically every system in your body.
It really is. It's a science that proves the mind needs rhythm to find its balance. And we're really just scratching the surface of its full potential.
Go find your rhythm this week.